Hello everyone and welcome back to eGreen channel. Today we are diving into a topic that's incredibly important but often misunderstood: food security in the Horn of Africa. For decades, the global response to food crises in this region has been dominated by one thing: international food aid. We see the images, we hear the appeals, and truckloads of grain arrive. It seems like the right thing to do, a compassionate, immediate solution to hunger. But what if I told you that this very system, born from a desire to help, might be part of the problem? What if the constant flow of aid, while saving lives in the short term, is inadvertently creating a cycle of dependency that undermines the long-term resilience of the very communities it aims to support? Let's unpack this. The geopolitics of food aid are complex. Often, the food being sent isn't what's traditionally eaten in the region. It's surplus grain from Western countries. This influx of free or heavily subsidized foreign food can crash local markets. Imagine you're a small-scale farmer who has worked tirelessly to grow a crop. Suddenly, you have to compete with free food being handed out just down the road. How can you possibly sell your produce? Your livelihood collapses. Over time, this discourages local production altogether. Why invest the effort and resources to farm if you can't compete? This creates a dangerous dependency, where communities begin to rely on external handouts rather than their own agricultural systems. It's a classic case of giving a person a fish instead of teaching them how to fish, but on a massive international scale. The power dynamics are skewed. Decisions about what food is sent, when, and to whom are often made thousands of miles away, disconnected from the local realities, needs, and cultures. This isn't empowerment. It's a perpetuation of a power imbalance that can stifle local initiative and economic growth. So what's the alternative? The answer lies in a powerful concept: food sovereignty. This isn't just about having enough food. It's about having the right to define your own food and agriculture systems. It's about empowering local farmers, honoring traditional knowledge, and building self-reliance from the ground up. Food sovereignty places control over food systems directly in the hands of the people who grow, distribute, and eat the food. It emphasizes local ownership, community decision-making, and culturally appropriate production methods. Instead of allowing large corporations or distant international institutions to dictate prices, crops, and farming practices, food sovereignty prioritizes the needs, knowledge, and rights of local farmers, pastoralists, fishers, and consumers. It promotes sustainable farming, fair access to land and resources, and the protection of traditional seeds and food culture, ensuring that food systems serve communities first, not profit. It champions the rights of local communities to control their own land, seeds, and water core resources that directly determine their ability to feed themselves. This means protecting communal and family-owned land from large-scale land grabs, safeguarding traditional seed varieties from corporate patents, and ensuring community access to clean and reliable water sources. By maintaining authority over these essentials, communities can preserve their agricultural traditions, maintain ecological balance, and ensure that food production remains sustainable, resilient, and adapted to local needs. It is a shift from being passive recipients of aid to becoming active agents of their own destiny. This approach recognizes that the people of the Horn of Africa are not helpless victims. They are heirs to ancient agricultural traditions and possess invaluable knowledge about their own environment. Supporting food sovereignty means investing in local farmers, providing them with resources, training, and access to markets, and most importantly, trusting them to lead the way. A key part of building this sovereignty is focusing on nutritional resilience through indigenous, climate-appropriate foods. For centuries, the Horn of Africa has been home to an incredible diversity of crops that are perfectly adapted to its unique and often harsh climate. Think about teff, the tiny nutrient-packed grain that's the foundation of Ethiopia's famous injera bread. Teff is incredibly resilient. It can thrive in both waterlogged soils and drought conditions, making it a super crop for an era of climate change. Then there are other local grains like sorghum and millet, which are also highly drought-resistant and packed with essential nutrients. These aren't just famine foods. They are nutritional powerhouses that have sustained civilizations for millennia. Promoting these indigenous, plant-based foods is a win-win. They are culturally significant, environmentally sustainable, and nutritionally superior to many of the processed grains that arrive as aid. By shifting the focus back to these traditional crops, We can build a food system that is not only resilient to climate shocks but also provides a more diverse and healthy diet for the population. It's about rediscovering and celebrating the agricultural heritage that already exists right there. This path, the path of supporting traditional agriculture and food sovereignty, leads directly to genuine independence. When farmers can grow and sell their own resilient crops, it creates a ripple effect across the entire society. First, nutrition improves dramatically. Families have access to a consistent supply of diverse, culturally appropriate food, leading to better health outcomes, especially for children. Malnutrition rates drop, not because of a temporary shipment of aid, but because the community has built a sustainable food source. Second, it builds economic stability. A thriving local agricultural sector creates jobs, not just in farming, but in processing, transportation, and local markets. Money circulates within the community, fostering local businesses and reducing poverty. Farmers are no longer at the mercy of fluctuating international aid budgets. They are entrepreneurs, business owners, and pillars of their local economy. Ultimately, this economic independence is the foundation for true political independence. A nation that can feed itself is a nation that can determine its own future. It is less susceptible to political pressure from donor countries and can engage on the world stage from a position of strength and self-respect, not dependency. It reduces the need for foreign intervention and allows for the development of robust internal governance structures. When people are fed, healthy, and economically secure, they are better equipped to participate in civil society, hold their leaders accountable, and build stable, prosperous nations. This is the ultimate goal, moving beyond the endless cycle of crisis and aid to a future where the nations of the Horn of Africa are defined by their strength, their resilience, and their sovereignty. It's a future where a harvest of teff is more valuable than a shipload of foreign grain because it represents self-reliance and dignity. It's a challenging path, but it's the only one that leads to a truly sustainable and independent future. So what can we do? We can change the conversation. We can advocate for policies that prioritize long-term investment in local agriculture over short-term aid. We can support organizations that work directly with smallholder farmers, providing them with the tools and training they need to succeed. We can use our platforms to amplify the voices of these farmers and activists who are championing food sovereignty on the ground. It's about shifting our perspective from one of pity to one of partnership, recognizing the immense potential that lies within these communities. By investing in local solutions and empowering local people, we can help build a Horn of Africa that is not just fed, but is food sovereign, resilient, and truly free. Thank you so much for watching and for engaging with this crucial topic. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to eGreen channel so you don't miss our future discussions. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. Until next time, stay curious and stay engaged.